Hi, this is Dr. Frank Chopatini with the Church of Rational Truth. First, we're going to go over the voting results for last week. The $25.57 in passive income is going towards the endowment that is going to be paying for the new physical church and library. So that's good. That doubles the amount of money that's in that fund. Hopefully that fund will keep growing, and when there's enough money to pay for a physical church, that's what it will go towards. So today's topic is going to be about family, and probably more specifically, how should you act with family? What is the relationship dynamic, the good, the bad, the ugly with it? A lot of times I have family members who come in who have issues, problems with a parent or a son, a daughter, and a lot of that, I believe, stems from this thought that we should always be honoring our parents, that we should always do what they say, we should always be good fathers and sons, and just do blindly whatever our parents want us to do, and that we always have to love our parents. And a lot of times that is good, but a lot of times that also can cause problems. In my opinion, parents are just people. There's nothing that magically makes you a perfect parent when you have a child. You don't all of a sudden lose all your flaws. You don't all of a sudden learn how to do everything perfectly. You are still human. You are still a person. And a lot of times that can cause issues because people are flawed. People have issues that they're dealing with themselves. Parents aren't always, knowing what to do. They're not always without issues, and sometimes that comes out in the relationships they have with their children. So a lot of times trying to follow this model where, your parents are the word of God, your parents are perfect, you have to listen to them, you have to love them. Well, that falls apart in certain things. I've seen a lot of times where you have a parent who's either an alcoholic or who's having psychiatric problems, and that causes a lot of strain in the children. Same with the children having psychiatric problems or drug addiction or whatnot. That causes a lot of problems with the parents because, just like the parents, there's nothing that makes children perfect. The other difficult thing is you don't choose who your parents are. You're born, you have parents, and you are kind of stuck with that relationship. Now, obviously, that makes things difficult because if it's a not perfect relationship, which it's a very, very big chance that it's not a perfect relationship, that will cause problems. So how do you handle that? I would say it's probably best to move away from this dynamic where you follow your parents or your children like they are perfect. It is okay to have a troubled relationship. It is okay to have problems. It is okay to not always love your parents sometimes. One piece of advice I give a lot with my patients, because obviously when I'm seeing them for psychiatric issues, parent issues come up, parent drama comes up, and we have to talk about it. And a lot of times I will say, it is possible to care about your parents but not want to be around them. It is okay to have a strained relationship or to even not have a relationship in the extremes. So if you have a parent who is destroying themselves and destroying you through the process, or if you have a parent who's manipulative or harmful and doing damage to you from that relationship, sometimes it is okay and healthy to sever that relationship or separate yourself from that person. It's not necessarily something you should feel guilty about, that you should feel bad about. Sometimes that is the best thing in that relationship, to get some distance or to try to limit the relationship. It doesn't mean you don't love that person. It doesn't mean that person isn't your parent, or it doesn't mean that person isn't your brother or your loved one. But sometimes it is the best for both people. Sometimes in a relationship, it is best to sever it, because many times people who are manipulative or hurtful, they don't realize the consequences they have if you keep that relationship. And a lot of times manipulative relationships happen because the other person does not want to leave. So if I keep abusing you, but you don't want to lose the relationship, well, I can continue to manipulate you and keep hurting you. Sometimes the best for both people is to end up ending that relationship, so the person who manipulates learns from the consequences. Now, I have lost my son or daughter. I don't get to see my son and daughter more often. And then the son and daughter does better because now they aren't weighed down by that guilt or by that feeling or by that relationship, and they can actually have a more successful life themselves. So what I would say is, it's okay. It is okay to have a bad relationship. You can forgive yourself. You don't have to feel this horrible feeling of grief, because sometimes that is natural. Nothing makes parents perfect. Nothing makes children perfect. There are going to be flaws, and you can still love someone and not want to have a relationship or a direct relationship with them. I think that's it for this lecture. It's going to be pretty brief for this. If you have problems with your parents or a strained relationship, or if you have advice about maintaining better relationships with your parents, please leave it in the comments. Let's keep this discussion open. And thank you for watching. We'll do another lecture next week. We probably won't be doing the finances because I think it won't be a new month next week. But we'll do the finances after that. And hopefully we'll keep moving towards doing good. Thank you so much. This has been Dr. Frank again, and I'll talk to you all next week.